4 years ago, Prime Video gave us the film that STX Films was originally supposed to give us in theaters, but because the pandemic was still going on, we got on them, and that was the film My Spy with Dave Bautista and a young girl named Chloe Coleman. Now, 4 years later, they're back in a brand new sequel called My Spy The Eternal Sea, which, of course, is streaming now on Prime. But is this sequel anywhere as good as its predecessor? Or is this one spy flick that's just due to blow its cover? Find out in this spoiler free review right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Noel, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the just now released spy comedy flick, My Spy: The Eternal City, produced by Amazon MGM Studios, along with STX Films, Madison Well Studios, and others. Once again, directed by Pete Siegel. Yes, he's going under that name, even though we know him as Peter Siegel, who also co-wrote the screenplay with John and Eric Hober. This is a sequel to the 2020 film featuring Dave Bautista, Chloe Coleman, Kristen Schaal, and Jeong returning from that first film. Plus Flula Borg, Craig Robinson, and Faris. Now, if you didn't see my spoiler-free review of the first film, you can check it out. I decided not to do a full re-review of it, so you can just check out my original spoiler-free review I did 4 years ago instead, okay, before you go into this, because this isn't going to take too long. Anyway, in the film, JJ, once again played by Dave Bautista, is now stepfather to Sophie. Once again played by Chloe Coleman, who apparently is going to go to Italy with her school's choir group. But however, JJ's persuaded to accompany her on this little trip where they soon become involved in a terrorist plot. Now then, from what I've seen of this film is, well, fairly good, but not as good as the first film, though, in ways. This does have some issues and what have you, but anyway, now before I go into my thoughts, Rotten Tomatoes has this at a mere 15%. That's way lower than the 49% its predecessor has. And Metacritic has it at a score of 38. I wouldn't put that any other way. You know what I'm saying, folks? Anyway, but I am going to say that this film was kind of lacked some things the first film had, like some of its humorous moments and what have you. I liked the first My Spy because they had also some fun material in it, fun humor, and all that jazz. I also even liked it for the action, what have you, which this film does have some stuff, stuff like that to offer, and even so, it does prove to be a fun one. But again, as I've said already, it's not as good as the first film, though. Now, sorry, give me a second. I'm trying to get more from my source here. Anyway, it seems that JJ and Sophie have to say the word when the high school choir tour of Italy is interrupted by a nefarious nuclear plot targeting the Vatican. So, anyway, I do think it's good, but again, I'm sorry to sound like a broken record, but It again, as I've said already, this does have issues. Now, as I've already mentioned, this film kind of lacks a little bit of humor, like the first film got. Now, I do appreciate them having a little bit of the emotional depth between both of JJ and Sophie and what have you. But it's just not strong enough to hold this together. Some of the action was good, but not quite close to as good as the other one. But I will say, Chloe Coleman's character Sophie proves to be prepared to take on a little spy bed like JJ has. But anyway, that's one thing I did. That's another thing I did like about the film. And Sean Siegel, who I pretty sure is related to Pete, did the score. It has a nice little soundtrack and what have you. Now for our cast, Dave Bautista still pretty good as JJ, and Chloe Coleman still good as Sophie. Yeah, so I'm gonna say I still like their performances. Now Kristen Schaal's back as Bobby from the first film, and well, she's not too bad. Jeong returns as JJ's boss, I believe. David Kim, yeah, he's still funny. Now we have, let's see, well, a couple of new characters. Crane, played by Flula Borg, who, of course, appeared in Pitch Perfect 2 and The Suicide Squad. And Nancy, who is played by Anna Faris. You may remember from the Scary Movie franchise and TV's Mom. We also have some other new additions, including let's see, Craig Robinson, who plays the character of Connolly. After appearing in The Bad Guys a couple of years ago, he's pretty good and what have you. So, also, let me see here. Well, I don't really see her name credited, but I've heard from my friend Malcolm Cooper that some other actress played Kate, Sophie's mother. So I don't know who that is, unfortunately. But anyway, I really think that some of the new cast members were pretty good. But this doesn't really save the movie from being, well, as from being that good and what have you. I do like it though, but it's just not quite as good as the first film though. It could have used a little more spin polish on the comedy and what have you to focus on both of those. I do appreciate having a little bit of action, but some of the action was just barely missing by that much of my liking for the action in the first film. So that's all I can tell you about this film. Okay, sorry everyone. So if you do like the first My Spy, then I think you'll feel right at home with this if you want to check it out. I'd suggest you give it a one-time watch. If you're not satisfied with it, then just stick to the original one. Yeah, the first film was really good. So, for my score, I'm going to give My Spy The Eternal City 3.5 stars on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm going to give it a 7.5. Yeah, I do. Yeah, 0.5. Well, I could have. Well, you know what? Well, you get the point, okay? So, what did you think of My Spy The Eternal Sea? Let me know in the comment section below if you like this video. Click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow and make the views grow. I probably won't ever do that again, so my apologies if well, you know, okay? And next time, I'll be bringing to you my Saturday morning TV log of the Smokey Bear Show. So if you like this, check out these other films. If you like, check out more Dave Bautista in his recent hit from last year, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Or you can check out my review of Dungeons and Dragons, Arm Thieves, also from last year, with Chloe Coleman actually appeared in, by the way. Or, if you'd like, check out my review of The Bad Guys from 2022 with the voice of Craig Robinson. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.